Humanity had fallen. Their battleships destroyed, their planets cracked, their strongholds returned to dust. Nearly every record of them was struck from existence. Yet humanity would still grasp victory, a Pyrrhic victory wrought by the hands of proxies who barely knew they existed. Even posthumous victory is victory. The humans fought with conventional weapons, save for one. Their arms, primitive by the standards of the galactic superpowers, availed them little. Their ships were not fast nor durable enough, nor did they have the raw firepower of those they fought. Their soldiers were little match for the hardened warriors of their foes. The war raged for 36 years after humanity refused to be subjugated as all others had. To understand the one weapon humanity brought to bear, one needs to understand perhaps the greatest thought of humanity. The idea that people do not have ideas, but that it is the other way around entirely. Ideas have people. Ideologies can shift societies. Ideas can possess people to commit the greatest acts of heroism and the vilest possible atrocities. Never was this made more apparent as humanity made their last stand. The final mopping up of human resistance was not on their homeworld or any particular stronghold. The final stand of humanity was the breaking of their 60,000 manned and otherwise broadcasting stations. Humanity knew that it had lost. Humanity fought and made the enemy bleed with conventional weapons and would do so until the last man. The stations had been set up to broadcast the final weapon of humanity, the invisible dagger that would fell an empire had already been thrown. The opposition blocked most, but recordings were made and the downtrodden found themselves possessed. What use are mere words against the blazing touch of plasma weaponry? Most asked themselves, but a few understood. They learned what the words oppression, tyranny, individual value, and freedom meant. They learned and became possessed by the spirit of these ideas. Gradually the ideas spread, slowly at first, but soon like an avalanche people learned. The people learned that they had individual value beyond the mundane value of their capacity to produce or complete tasks. They learned what had been long forgotten by some, and never learned by those longest within the claws of their master. So it came to pass that over 600 years after humanity had been slain, they were avenged. The oppressors were struck down, their intergalactic empires little more than dust. Now, some 400 years after the fact, we have pieced together some of humanity's history, and many of our illusions have been shattered about this almost mythical people. Nevertheless, despite their flaws, they still gave us freedom. The greatest weapon was never one of physical matter. It was the great possessor. Physical weapons win battles, but the invisible dagger of ideas reigns supreme in the arena of war.